fast, push away, always in that position. There it was.
Can you believe it?
Before we begin,
Yes.
I want to say hello to Bob, Mindy, Bukowski, Dandies, and most of all, my buddy Kevin Hodge.
Oh.
Coming home to Brooklyn and seeing friends and people I grew up with and went to grammar school and high school with, he's just another chapter to a great journey in life so far. Well, I went to a junior college, Alvin Junior College outside of Houston, Texas, and back then they had a January draft.
Right.
And that January of 1981, I was drafted by the Los Angeles Dodgers. And then that June of '81, I was drafted by the Toronto Blue Jays and went back to Alvin Community College and drafted in January by the Pittsburgh Pirates, and I really wanted to play. And it turned out to be a great experience and got to the big leagues within 2.5 years, so, you know, no complaints.
Way the AAA baseball with the Buffalo Bisons, and that was an exciting time for Buffalo.
Rated to sporting news. From Business Week to Time Magazine. From Baseball America to Sports Inc. USA Today further heralded this magnificent showplace. Buffalo makes big pitch. Revitalized Buffalo has major goals. Oh, how Buffalo loves its jewels. Buffalo rates #1 in field of expansion. Bisons themselves.
I think it's a great facility. It's just a great place to be.
Oh, this is definitely the best one I've ever played.
A great atmosphere in New York with people, you know, with the same type of personality and characteristics that I have. So it was a perfect love story. And then the fan support, and I had a very, very successful season, and it just got me back to the big leagues. But going through Buffalo also helped me be successful in big leagues because we had 13,000 people a night there. You know, Mike Bellani was the general manager at the time. He did a great job promoting, and then we had Bukowski, Dandies, and obviously the Riches, and they treated me like family.
Bennie DiStefano led the team with 19 homers and 63 RBI.
And then obviously being part of the first ever AAA All-Star game.
Field is the home of the first AAA All-Star baseball game.
Association with 14 home runs from the Buffalo Bisons and the Pittsburgh Pirates designated hitter Bennie DiStefano.
Bison representatives as Bennie DiStefano.
And getting in the batter's box, Roy Smith was pitching, someone who I played sandlot ball with, and we gave a smirk to each other. All of a sudden, hearing everyone cheering, and we turned, looked down the right field line, and there's Morgana coming, and you know, that's another memory I'll always have.
That wasn't the only special attention for one of the Bison's All-Stars, though. DiStefano became the envy of all his teammates when he was visited by baseball's kissing bandit, Morgana, prior to his first at-bat.
What did you think? I mean, there you are after the announcement, ladies and gentlemen, representing the...
I was distracted, and me and I could see Roy Smith laughing at me, was smiling, and when I looked at the video, I turned red. I spoke to my parents that night because, during that time, it was the only professional baseball game on TV in the country that night. Was AAA All-Star game. Then the next night was a Major League All-Star game. So it was just, had a lot of people call me up. It was just such a memorable time. It's just an incredible experience. And I'm one of those type of, I'm a very tough competitor, but off the field I'm very easygoing, and you can pull pranks on, and I give the pranks. So obviously I took it lighthearted, and it was just a great time to get me on a great experience.
Did she say anything to you?
Yes, she said I was a good sport. She sat on my lap in a dugout. We did a little interview, and it was a lot of fun because I've seen in the past give celebrities kisses and be out in sporting events, so it was a lot of fun.
How did you dig in after that?
I hit a little pop up to center field, but we had a lot of fun.
Did the players have fun with it too? Or did it?
Yes, the players high-fived me to get in, and they had a lot of fun with it, but it was just, everyone had a great time that evening.
Yeah.
It was just done first class. Okay.
You were there for how long with the Bisons?
1 year.
1 year?
1 year, and then I got to the big leagues that year, and then I was up in the big leagues from then on. Leland took my role, And, I had a very successful 1989 campaign. And then also, my role was being a left-handed catcher, an emergency situation. And, that also, was another, I guess, a feather in the cap just to. What happened was in 1988, that September, I went up with Pittsburgh. They gave me another opportunity, which I'll always be grateful for, and I, was taking advantage of. But in 1989, the owners were a little frustrated with the players' union and the players, so they cut it from a 25-man roster to a 24-man roster. Jim Leland told me, he said, Benny, we'd like to keep it. We don't know what we're going to do, and it'll be either be you or probably Tom Prince going with 3 catches. But we would like to carry another left-handed bat. Well, we go to the airport after the game in Philadelphia, and in the hotel lounge, the airport lounge, having a cold one with Ray Miller and Neil Heaton before we got on our plane. And we're watching a ball game on TV, and Ray goes, Benny, I don't know why there's not any left-handed catches in the big leagues. And I asked him if he was joking, and he said no. So evidently, I think they might have talked about it in a meeting, and they were planting a seed. Because I said, you think Jim would get mad if I went in and asked him about it, if I could have that opportunity? He said, I don't think so. So the next day, I got to the ballpark early. I said, Skip, I said I was talking to Ray Miller, and can I have the opportunity to be a left-handed catcher next year in emergency to fill in? He said, I don't see why not. I had Mike Squires do it in the 70s when I was coaching the big leagues there. So we called Rawlings up, who's in St. Louis. They had a glove for me the next day. And that afternoon when I spoke to Jim Leland, I caught Doug Drabeck down in the bullpen with my first baseman. And after the big league season, they sent me to instruction league just to learn how to catch. And Joe Lynette was my instructor. And I went to big league camp with him and had the opportunity to catch 3 games.
3 games. Did it affect your batting at all?
No, not at all. You at the big league level, you've learned how to separate your fielding from your hitting. And my role was being a pinch hitter off the bench that year. What happened was I was with the Astros in '92. I first got called up. It was the end of April, and Coney had a no-hitter. I faced Coney in the minor leagues, and we knew each other a long time. And an outstanding pitcher, obviously, great career. And we were losing 3-0 at the time, and it was 1 out in the 8th inning. He had a no-hitter going, and he started me off with a forkball. I'll never forget it. And he had 2-0 on me, and all I could think was, Coney, he's going to throw me that fastball. I'm going to drop the head. I'm hitting out of the ballpark. I'm pulling the foul, and so I saw the ball come out of his hand, and I was swinging out of my shoes, and I hit it off the end of the bat. I cued it just like you're playing pool, and it cued about 45 feet down the third base line and stopped right in the middle, and Dave Madigan couldn't do nothing. Yeah. But Johnny Franco was ragging me the next day all about it because we went to high school together.
What's the biggest difference from the game perspective? This is 1990. As far as just from the play?
They play a different brand of baseball. They like to intimidate and throw at Americans and up above the shoulders just to intimidate and underneath their skin. They believe in work, and when you're done working, work more, where we over here believe, okay, you work hard, but it's more quality than quantity. And so it's a little more mental difference. They believe in beating up the players a little bit more than we do here. I like to be with the Met organization until I retire. I was born and raised a Met fan. I want to get to the big leagues as a coach, but that, sometimes you can't control it. If that don't happen, that's okay. I can go to sleep at night knowing I work hard, I'm a good coach, and the chips didn't fall that way. But I would love to retire in a New York Met uniform. Whatever they want me to do, be Rookie League, AAA, send me to Guam, I don't care. I want to be part of the New York Met organization, help these young guys get better.
You've been terrific. Any final message for Bob and Mindy?
Again, Bob and Mindy, thank you for everything, and send my love to Bukowski and the rest of the Bison organization, and hopefully I'll get to see you guys soon. And it's been a great run so far, and thank you for everything.